allyship is so important. And at this time, please help me make welcome our sister, our Chinese Canadian, Sheng Xue.
Egyptian. Even I have been a very good friend with Majed. I'm sorry. But it's okay. I found out that I have 6% of Korean and I have 25% of Manchurian. But it's not a big deal. And we all have a lot in common. We love to be loved, and we love freedom. We need to have human rights, and we want to know the truth, and we need justice, and we want to protect our dignity, and we want to live a life without fear. But it seems that the whole world is going to the wrong direction. Yes, our world has reached a very critical moment. Will we stand bravely for truth, freedom, civilization, and fairness, and true peace, or will we be carried away by false passion and hypocrisy? That is the reality we are facing now, even in Canada, in United States, in every corner of the world. And we are here. Why we are here? Why do we need to stand with Israel? This is the question I think everybody has been asking yourself, and we have our reason. And I'm sure that you have your own reason, but still there are a lot in common. And I will share mine. And their basic common sense, no one can ignore and deny. On October 7 last year, Israel was attacked by terrorists again. Many people were brutally killed, tortured, raped, and the children were kidnapped. But the whole world had almost no way to deal with it. Israel could only, must, and bravely fight back alone until today. In the history of human development, I always think that fascist, communism, and terrorism are three cancers. Fascism is no longer so active, but the communism and the terrorism have been fully united and acting together perfectly. After the World War II, the world organizations and the countries represented by the United Nations have always said that they want to prevent wars from happening again in the world. But they have supported the growth and the development of communist and terrorism, tyrannies. For example, the Chinese Communist Party has killed 96 million people without any war happening in China. It's triples of the population in Canada. And of course, the same situation like in North Korea and some other communist countries. And also, but also we even cannot count the number of lives caused by terrorism. We even don't know the number. And what is even more terrifying is that the United Nations has been deeply infiltrated and controlled by the Chinese Communist Party. And terrorism has received a lot of assistance and support from the United Nations. We learned that. Now, Israel is fighting terrorism alone, but is being criticized and challenged. That is really unfair. Thank you. The reality we face is that the communism and the terrorism are already in every corner of the world. They work perfectly together, and especially in democratic countries, like in Canada, in United States, in European countries, in every country. Hamas' attack on Israel is the evil forces gathering again to attack the civilized world, not only to Israel. And why we must stand with Israel first. Israel respect and protect its own people. This is very important. While Hamas hurts and persecutes and uses its own people. Is that right? And Israel is a modern, civilized, and democratic country, especially in Middle East. And while you all know the sad and the horrible situation of the areas controlled by Hamas. And third, Israel has made significant contribution to the world peace process, while Hamas is a huge troublemaker. And fourth, Israel has made significant contribution to the international community and international affairs, while Hamas is an endless demand and provocation. Fifth, Israel never gave up rescuing hostages during its counterattack, so making the counterattack so difficult. And Hamas has been killing innocent people with no mercy or hesitate. 6. Hamas set up its command center under the largest hospital and used the lives of the people as defense line. There is nothing more evil than this. 7. Israel has always opened the lifeline to allow civilians to escape from the fighting area. People who wanted to stay with the terrorists, who should take their own risk. Is that right? 8. Hamas brutally abused and tortured the hostages and took videos and posting them online for their sickening joys. It is against humanity. 9. In 2006, Palestine kidnapped Israeli soldier whose name is Salad. After 5 years of negotiation, Israel exchanged 1,027 Palestinian prisoners of war with Palestine to rescue these single soldier. So who loves its own people? And 10, thank you. The Israel government treats its people while serving them to live with more freedom, dignity, and human rights, welfare, and civilized lifestyle. Do people enjoy freedom, dignity, human rights, welfare, and a civilized lifestyle under the Hamas regime? None. 11. If I'm talking too much, tell me. 11. The Chinese communist regime has been supporting evil forces, has been supporting the terrorism from the beginning of a century. So whoever the CCP supports is an enemy of peace and is a threat to humanity. There are a lot of more reasons, and you may share with us after. So to help people of Gaza and to contact a peaceful negotiation, we must first finish Hamas. For real peace and a better world, we must fight against communism and terrorism, since they are the enemy of humanity and civilization. Thank you. Israel's counterattacks is not only for Israel and not only for Jews, but also for us and for the whole world. Thank you, Majed. So you know I'm going to finish my speech. Thank you, Majed. Thank you for bringing us together, because we need to stay together, to unite together, and to stay in solidarity. Because if we fight back alone, we never win. And the only victory should be, will be, must be that we stay together, we fight together. Thank you so much. And thank you everyone here, because we should have a whole full house, but we don't. Why we don't? Because people are so scared. Why people are so scared? Because we know terrorism. They killing people with no mercy. And why the gatherings to support the other side looks like huge. Because people know Israel don't kill innocents. So they are not afraid of it. This is so sad. This is very sad, even in Canada, right? Even in most of the democratic countries. We can't allow this to happen. And I'm speaking also on behalf of Manchuria. Manchuria was a country and has been occupied by the Chinese communist regime. Is suffering. And we want to fight together and also to liberate like people in Tibet, in East Turkestan, in Hong Kong, and Southern Mongolia, and Manchuria. And please help us as well too. Last sentence. Israel is leading the fight against terrorism and communism for a better future and real peace. What should be doing by the world, by United Nations, but they are not doing. So we stand with Israel for a better world and for a reform or change of the United Nations after this war. Thank you very much. So we have to stand with Israel. That is our future. Thank you.